Definitely. I'm becoming an American citizen. Through you, I have learned that people with disabilities are just that, people. Thank you so much. Oh, Maggie, that means a lot. And I'm hoping that this is going to be an education to people, because the next question actually asked me, is it hard to have SEX? Someone asked me, is it hard to have SEX? Someone asked that. And I was flabbergasted. I said, my husband, I said, look, honey. My husband said, tell the whoever asked that, no. It's actually nice to be a woman, because sex sometimes is used for gender and stuff. She said, no, tell them that it's easy to be a woman. Like, people ask this kind of questions. I was shocked. And of course, it's not hard. If it was hard, I'll not be having 4 children. But it's just amazing that people ask this type of questions. And having a comment like this from Maggie, that through you, I've learned that people with disability are just that. I want to tell that person that asked them. I know that person asked them it out of the integrity of their heart, but I don't discuss stuff like that about bedroom things. If you watch my channel, you will know that I'm very discreet when it comes to that. I don't discuss those things. That's because I just feel like they're between my husband and I, and they're just like sacred and secret like that. But when someone blatantly asked that question, it took me aback. But it's not hard at all. I can walk, I can do a lot of things, I can exercise. So it makes me happy to see that, actually. Which verses encourage you the most when you are down, or when people try to downgrade you because of your body? Very good question. I'm someone that does not... Okay, let me explain this. I have read the entire Bible multiple times, and I have learned who the Lord is, and I have learned to have the faith of our Lord Jesus Christ. So I don't really have like stuff. I'm at the point whereby none of these people will put me down by downgrading my body. Like, if you see me showing myself without my legs, I'm at the point whereby no one will let me. If I can already share that, that just shows that I'm at the point in life where I'm actually very strong and I know who I am. But if it's you, like if you are asking this question and you want to be encouraged, one of the verses that I can encourage you with is that disability can, okay, there's no verse like that, but disability can happen to anyone. But one of the stories that I love to share in my videos is the story in John 9. There was a man that was born blind in the Bible, and this man, the followers of Christ asked him, Lord, who sinned? And how come he's blind? In his family, who sinned? Because they have this mindset that when you are disabled, sometimes because of your sin, which is true, by the way, sometimes, yes, it can happen because it's the infirmities of the flesh. So sometimes when you're disabled, it can be because in heaven everything is perfect, but a lot of times, sometimes it's due to our sin, or sometimes it's not due to our sin. But in general, everyone has sinned. So I will not say you are disabled because of a sin, but sometimes you can get disabled because of that. But they have this mindset that when you have a disability, because when you're disabled in the Bible, before the Christ came, because that were pictures, we are not allowed, for example, if you are a dwarf, you are not allowed to be coming to the inside the tabernacle, the Holy of Holies. You are not supposed to go to the holiest place. If you were disabled like me, I don't have legs, I was not allowed to come and all that. But not saying that you will not be saved. Of course, you will still have faith, but these things were an allegory of things that were to happen in the future. I have a full video that I did that in a live video that I talked about that, but about these allegories, about these pictures. But so this guy, we can imagine that this guy was blind. He will not be going to the holy place. He will not be going and touching the holy things. And I mean, that's what people assumed in the Bible a lot of times in those days. But they asked him, how come he's born blind? Who sinned? The Lord said he's born blind not because anyone sinned, but to glorify me. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. So I think the same way. My disability, I've thought that, okay, there are ways that I could have been disabled. There are ways that maybe the Lord just decided to make me decided to let me be disabled like that. It's possible. Another way, it's possible that maybe what my mom took, whether through other stuff that sometimes we can take. I mean, it's not a secret that sometimes things that you can put in your body can affect the child. There are even medicines that say if we have this, the child can have a problem. It's possible that something happens. Or maybe because of the way my legs were, maybe my umbilical cord made me disabled. But I like to think of it this way, that God knew what he was doing with me. He allowed it to happen, that my life is to glorify the name of the Lord. And whether it happened through that or anywhere, I believe that I'm at the right place at the right time. So that blind man, I believe that he was there at the right place at the right time, and the Lord's name was glorified. I have preached the gospel in my channel, and a lot of people have gotten saved through my video. A lot of people have glorified the faith of our Lord Jesus Christ through my video. I made a video of explaining who Jesus Christ is, whether Jesus Christ is God or not. A lot of people learned through that video. One person even made a comment saying that, now, with your 1 hour video, you have explained more than the pastor that I've been going to church for many years. And for me, when I heard that, I knew that I'm in the right place at the right time. So that story in John encourages me. Another thing that encourages me is to always be content with what we have. It was Paul talking about that. Whatever state I am, I've learned to be content. And I believe that's another verse that really encourages me. Another one is, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I know that God fearfully and wonderfully made me. And those are the kind of things that I do. Another one, which one also? That he'll direct. I just shared it with you guys, that the Lord will direct my path. I know that the Lord will direct my path. What are some differences of your son's personality? They're very, very different. If you watched me a long time, you'll know that I have 4 children, of course, right? So I have twins. One twin loves the camera, will come to the camera all the time. So he'll just say, oh, I'm coming to the camera, mommy. The other one is a lot shy. I used to have comments that I blocked those people. Let me tell you, if I ever receive a comment saying, well, you actually like baby A more than you like a baby B, I don't care whether we are best friends or not. I cut you off, because that's a lie. I love my kids the same, but they are just different. All our kids now, because now they're growing, they're becoming more talkative. But one child is more talkative, another child is more emotional. With Garrett, the little one, I'm seeing him be more. It's gonna be a lot. He's quiet and not quiet at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. So I see him turning into my husband and me. It's gonna be a combination of both, but they're just different. It's amazing how they are very different. Are your kids understanding Setswana, especially now that you're in your country? I'm back in America now. They don't. We'll teach them Setswana as time goes on, but I mean, I'm ashamed of that. I've already talked about that. I failed. I'm like, it's just my fault there. You are awesome. You are a very strong woman. You are an inspiration. Thank you so much. How old are you? I am 34 years old. Do you want any more children? You need a daughter in your house full of men. I know. I need my daughter. Lord Jesus, I needed my daughter. But it looks like the Lord Jesus Christ has not thought about that yet. I mean, no, I don't. I take that back. The Lord Jesus Christ has allowed me to have boys. He knows that I pray for a girl. I mean, I've wanted a girl from the first time I had children. So he knows what he's doing, but I'll definitely want a girl. But I'm not raising my hopes up on that point. It's up to the Lord at that point. Or some people have said, actually, you need to have a relationship with your husband this way at this time. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know. I don't know. Is now working on becoming an American citizen. Definitely. I'm becoming an American citizen. Now is no more questions. I am becoming an American citizen. I'm now going to be on the process of studying the citizenship test, and I'm becoming an American citizen because guess what? Guess what? My country allows dual citizenship. I can become an American and a Botswana at the same time. So I mentioned before that I could not become an American because I was scared that what if my husband dies first, and I've denounced my citizenship, because the law before they changed was that if I become an American, I have to denounce my Botswana citizenship, and I was not comfortable with that. But now I can be both. So yes, I'm becoming an American citizenship by force and by fire. Yes, I am becoming an American citizen. I'm actually excited to become an American. I'm very, very excited. You are an amazing, and I'm not American citizen now because I still have my green card, but now I'm going to become an American citizen. You are amazing. I love your content. Such a great mom too. Bless you and your family, sis. Loving from Namibia. Thank you so much. Were the kids ready to leave? No, they were not. They confused me because when we got here, they were so excited. When we were coming, the last days, they said we want to go back to Oregon because they knew that we were coming. But before, they will say that we don't want to go. So I think children are just that, children. They just say whatever is in their hearts. But I love that we have the flexibility that if they want to go to Botswana, we'll go to Botswana. If they want to come to America, we'll come to America. But I don't know if they really wanted anything. I mean, they are 6 years old right now. It's just up to us to make sure that we give them the best life and the best childhood. But they are ready every time. If I ask them tomorrow, do you want to go and see great grandma? They love great grandma, not my mom, my mom's mom. I mean, they love my mom, but when I say great grandma, I mean my mom, my mom's mom. They love great grandma. If I say, do you guys want to go and see great grandma? They'll say, yes, mommy. I'm like, you're crazy. It's gonna be like 2 to 3 years, Lord willing, of course. I love you and family so much. Thank you so much. How is the United States of America? It's amazing. We are excited. We are actually starting school next week and we are excited. How did you meet your husband? I'll have that video linked down for you. I was actually curious what you studied in university. I might have missed it in your videos. I studied economics and business. Even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, I studied economics. Although I own businesses, I own a business, so I believe that I'm using that which I studied in school. So in short, I studied in Canada at Carleton University, and I studied economics and business. I lived in Canada for over 6 years. Yes. No. Yeah, 6 years. I studied in 6 years. How do you remain so positive? Your strength is amazing. My faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, reading the word of God. And by the way, get this thing, write down stuff that encourages you every day. And actually, I have it also in my products that I created. I have products that I created like this. I have another product that I created. It's called 31 days of gratitude. So every day you write what you are grateful for. When you start to really understand that just being alive, being healthy is enough for you, your strength will skyrocket. So for me, it is the Bible. Hola, soy de Uruguay. I think they say they're from Uruguay. Me encanta verte jugar con los niños. Eres muy feliz. Eso traspasa la pantalla. La pantalla. Beso. I have no idea what I read, but I'm learning Spanish this year. So don't worry. I'll understand your comment in the future. Do you want more kids? Yes, I answered that. Are you going to have any more babies? Yes, I'm going to, Lord willing, of course. Why you don't send your kids to the school instead of teaching them from your house? I've mentioned this multiple times, that is because I actually feel more comfortable doing it myself. But when I see that they are now ripe, they are ready, they're going to conquer everything, I'll let them go. Because I noticed that the main reason why a lot of our children don't know how to read, a lot of children are struggling, is because sometimes as parents, we put all our trust in the teacher. I don't want to be that parent. I want to put the trust in on the child, that you got this and then I'm ready. That's just me and my husband, but everyone is different. When did you learn English? I learned English as we grew, because in Botswana, English is our official language, meaning that every subject is taught in English, but I still had a problem. But I had a wake-up call after I failed my English in high school, and I started reading novels. I started reading novels like crazy. You know, Danielle Steele. I used to have their series, like the love stories, and also I actually used to read a lot of romantic. Some of it was so weird and so evil, but I just loved that romance for some reason. Oh, God help me. I used to love this other, I read a lot of novels. I read a lot of novels like crazy. I read Always Dakota, these novels. Like, I read a lot of American novels, even though who would have thought? I thought I was going to come to America. But I read about American novels. I used to daydream, see myself in America. Not like that I wanted to move to America, but I used to daydream, see myself seeing these places in Hollywood. What is that? I used to, I used to read these novels that I knew about Rodeo Drive before I even came to America. One day my husband took me there. I said, oh, okay, that's the Rodeo Drive they talk about. Oh, that's the Hollywood. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's not a place that I dream. I don't like fancy houses. I like fancy nature. So I went there. So I read it through. I learned it through reading a lot of novels. Hello. Can I see your legs, please? Your stamps. If you are new here, this is one of the boundaries that I have set with my life. Yes, I like to share myself dancing. I love to share myself doing the crazy stuff. But one of the things that I said I'm not going to share, of course, okay, let me try to see. Of course, here's my stamp. You are never going to see me opening my legs and showing it off to people. I don't feel comfortable with that. It's just my knee and my thighs. I don't want to show my thighs to the world, and I don't feel comfortable with that. I've really set that boundary in the beginning of my channel that I will not share that, and it's very, very strict. However, though, if you watch me, I have a video that showed my legs before amputation. So that one you can see, but after amputation, I think I'm old. I feel like as for someone asking to see my thighs like that, it's not comfortable for me. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, but I just don't feel comfortable revealing myself like that to the world out there. So I'm sorry, I won't show my legs and my stamp. I mean, you can tell how it looks like. It's more like just imagine yourself being cut in half and you being left with this part. It's the same as everyone's knee. That's how it looks like. Is that it has an incision from, if this if this is the top of my knee, it has an incision that goes all the way down like that. But I won't show that. So, have you ever lost your faith? I'm trying to hold on, but it seems like God forgets about me. Never. I've never lost my faith. But here's my question to you. Your name is Verdona. My question is, are you saved? Because a lot of people think that just faith is just having that faith of, oh yeah, like that, just having hope. Yes, it's having hope. The first thing that I'll encourage you, Verona, if you are watching this video, I'll link down a video of how you can know for sure that you are saved. And when you know that you are saved and you are assured and you are 100% sure that if you are to die today, you are going to heaven. If you already have that assurance and everything, and you top that, okay, I know that some people believe that, but they still don't have the faith to keep on going. But if you add reading the scriptures to your life, nothing will move you. I told you guys that my husband and I want to tell you one of our worst stories in our marriage. I said that my husband has never yelled at me. I told you guys all these things, but I never told you guys that we suffered financially. So bad. We suffered financially in a way that it made me anxious. I'm someone that when I'm in debt, I'm scared. Like, I don't feel comfortable when I'm in debt. This is why my husband and I decided not to buy a house here, but instead invest so much to a point where our investments will buy us a house. That's where we are. But we suffered financially. I still remember that day. My poor husband worked 2 jobs. And it was so hard that I had to take care of my children. I mean, you guys know the beginning of my channel. If you know, you know. And my husband worked 2 jobs. One time, even one of my subscribers saw my husband working at Wendy's selling stuff because it was that hard. He'll come back from work, come back to sleep, a nap, take a nap. He'll go to work to where he was working in his landscaping job until 4 p.m. He comes back, he spends time with us, and then he eats. And then he'll take a nap, and then at 7 o'clock until he closes, he'll go to Wendy's. And it was so hard. I didn't cry in front of him. I didn't complain in front of him because I don't think as wives, when our husbands are already working to the bone and really struggling, we should add salt to injury. But I told myself that, you know what, it's time for me to start my own business. It's time for me to help my husband. That's where the social media platform came from also. Of course, it's to inspire. Of course, it's to share stuff. But it was for me to make sure that I don't become that wife that just sleeps and my husband is struggling. And I did that, but it was so hard. So what kept me going when we're suffering that much? Because if we don't know, America is not like my country, Botswana. In Botswana, I can survive without money. I mean, I'll not be the happiest, but I'll still have food because my mother, or I'll still have a lot of these things. In America, you cannot survive without money. It's impossible. Because my husband did not have unemployment. Yes, I know I don't have legs. I don't have any disability. I don't take any money from the government for disability, for anything like that. The main reason why my husband and I decided to do this, he had a very bad experience with one of the bosses that he had. He was trying to apply for unemployment, but because he had a very bad falling away with the boss, when they called him, he said some bad stuff and made my husband look like he was not unemployed. And that made my husband so sad and so heartbroken. He said, no matter what, you will never apply for unemployment. And it's the same with me. I don't apply for disability because I know that there are actually disabled people that need the money. So what kept me going was the Lord and hard work. So whatever situation that you are in, let's say you have problems with finances, try to find a way that you can start a business for free. Like, when I say for free, I mean like start something. Because for me, because I had my phone, I started social media. My husband went on our credit card, bought me a camera. Like, there are things like that. Just try a business. If you are sick, know that by his stripes, he can heal you. Like anything, the word of God will help. And that's what kept me going. Good day, ma'am. I would like to have more videos of your last born or photos. He's so cute. Oh, thank you so much. If you don't know, I show my kids. I mean, I don't hide them because my mom enjoys them. But I don't want to make them the face of the channel. I don't want my kids to hold my channel, because if ever in the future I decide, okay, I'm not showing my kids anymore, I don't want anything like that, the channel to die. They are not, even though there are people that say that the children should be taken off social media, I agree and don't agree at the same time. I agree in the sense that, yes, like if your children are the ones that are paying your bills, you're calling them like, come, it's time to make a video. For me, that I agree. I don't think the children should pay your bills. But at the same time, I don't think it's wrong to show my kids their cute moments, but I don't want to show them much. I don't want them to be where it's making me wonder if I'm showing them too much to where people are asking them. I'm trying by all means not to show my kids too much, because I know the repercussion of social media, but I don't believe in cutting them cold turkey, especially now. Maybe when we move back to Africa where my mom now can access them like that, then maybe I can cut them, but I still want my mom to see them grow up. These videos, I'm not making them necessarily, when I show my kids, I'm not necessarily making it for my viewers to get gratitude on my kids. No, I'm making them for my mother, to see them. And for me, when I watch my morning routine, I enjoy those. Someone may say, why don't you just film them and edit them and then put them on private? No, I'm not ready to work that hard, at least for now. So that's what I do. So I don't show our kids that much. They're not the center of the channel. So the center of the channel is me. So addicted to your videos. Please say something on me. I have no husband or children. I'm 36 years old. Let me tell you, You probably have legs. I used to think that with no legs, I'll never find a husband. Children were even like far in my dreams. But the Lord did it. What I can tell you is stay true to the word, read the word, and by grace of the Lord, He will give you a spouse. If someone like me can have a husband, someone like me, look at me. I mean, I know I'm beautiful, but I'm saying that I'm not like the most like sexy girl that you see out there, but the Lord showed me a husband that loves me. So what I'm saying is that keep your head up, trust the Lord, go out there, meet people. Also, go out. I don't believe in just sleeping in a house and say that to find a husband. I actually made a video on Instagram the other day, on TikTok. It was a TikTok video, but I posted on Instagram too. That the way I met my husband, I had to come to America to come for my husband. Maybe, Isabella, your husband is in another country. Maybe you need to travel to another country to find a husband. I still believe that your husband could be out of the country or out of your city, and you will meet someone. And 36 years, you are still young. I'm 34 years old, and right now I'm on my period, and that is still working well. I mean, the ovaries, and not only that, the Lord gave Sarah a child at 99 years. So don't think that you are too old. Don't think that. I mean, at least I hope you're not thinking that, but there's still time. If I may ask, why did you stop using your prosthetic legs? I answered that I did not stop. I still use them. Why don't you wear your prosthetic legs? I wear them. Maybe I should make a video showing myself walk, but I use them to exercise. No question. Just want to say hi. Hi there. Is sex difficult? These people are not serious. Is sex difficult? I'm working. Any more babies in the future? Yes. Hello, are you preparing another recipe book anytime soon? California, please, California Culture. Thank you so much for buying my cookbooks, because I know you bought the other cookbook that I have. That's our goal. My husband has been cooking some yummy recipes. Some of them, of course, he sees online and he modifies them. Maybe this is a sign that we should write another one together and do that. And by the way, if you don't know, I have a cookbook. Of course, it's not perfect. It's my first cookbook, but I'm glad to every follower of mine that bought it. But now I'm at the point that when I write another cookbook this time, I'm going to hire a photographer. I'm going to have it sold at big stores. But now I'm not at that time yet because I'm still busy right now. We are holding off on a lot of projects that we want to do until little Garrett is at the point whereby he can. Oh, thank you, honey. Until little Garrett is at the point.
Dinner at desk.
Dinner at desk. Thank you, my love. Right now, we have decided to say, okay, let's just not do any projects until our baby is at a certain age. Then we can do it. Because if I do that, my husband and I are going to be so busy. We are going to start to see us neglecting our duties, because that has happened before, and then we had to stop our projects. Nothing to ask but a request. When will you post for us about your travel to Zambia? I'm coming to Zambia, Lord willing, in the future for sure, when we move back to Africa, if God gives us more days. What's the most challenging part of homeschooling? The most challenging part of homeschooling is if we have a very simple concept, very easy, and your child cannot understand you no matter what you do. In the first month, I used to yell at the child to the point whereby sometimes my child will even cry. When I see my child cry, I'll cry. It was horrible. But my husband and I decided to do no punishments, because when a child does not understand, it's not my fault. It's not the child's fault. It's either my fault that I'm not doing a good job to explain it, or the child is not mentally capable or mentally able to understand that concept that day. So now is the time to stop and look back and try again. So now that's where we are in our life, that we do that like that. But the hardest thing is having a business and having to run my businesses and teaching the kids at the same time, because someone may say, why don't you let your husband teach? My husband teaches, but I'm at the point where if I did not teach them something, I feel like my husband is not doing a good job. That's just how I feel. Like, I just want to be the one teaching them that concept. My husband, I'll let him take over to where I've taught, and I feel comfortable that the child understood. That way is just to make it more, to reinforce it. But my husband though, taught them to read. But when it comes to teaching, the hard thing is me trying to explain an easy concept. The child does not get it. Like right now we're doing a lot of reading. Sometimes I'll teach them, like now that they know how to read, we are now working on vocabulary. So, for example, today, the hard part was that we're reading a book that had a lot of new topics. So it was a book but it's not necessarily teaching our kids about pollination and all that stuff, but it's a book to read. My child was able to read that, all these words, and I had to explain to him what pollination is. Even after trying to explain what pollination is, he still did not get it. And there was a part where it was like labeling the flower. It was a book that was reading. I'm not saying I'm teaching them labeling the flower because they're still young, but the book had those concepts. So I'm showing them the flower, and I said, okay, this is a stigma. Okay, this is an ovary according to what this book is saying. I'm explaining this, and 5 minutes later I said, oh, this is a stigma. What does a stigma do? I don't know, mommy. So these kind of things, I mean, they're still young, they're still 6 years, but I'm not expect them to know. But if you put all your words and trying to explain a concept, and still your child have no idea what in the world you're talking about, that's the hard part. But it gets better. How did you meet? In short, please. Okay, I already explained that. The video will be down. So also I have videos that I asked them. These ones are from Facebook. So Facebook also, because I have Facebook and I have Instagram. Someone said, are you satisfied in your life? Beyond. I am content. For me, I think my contentment and our contentment came from not having debt and believing the Bible. You know, waking up in the morning knowing that you don't owe anyone, knowing that I don't have to wake up and work. For me, that's very good. And not only that, we're going to get to the point whereby in our investments, Lord willing, we'll get to the point whereby we'll just focus on teaching the children, and of course they are here. Focusing on teaching the children and stuff. But in short, having no debt is so good because we are not obligated to go out to work. You want to try mine? I promise you. Okay, call them to come and get it for you, okay?
Mommy.
Do you want my rice or you want my meat?
Hi, Auntie. Hi.
Hi. How do you feel overall in life? I'm content. I'm thankful. I'm happy. I have faith. I'm faithful. I'm just happy and joyful. Do your kids go to public school or homeschool? They're homeschooled. Hi. Do you want more kids? Yes. You have such a beautiful family. Are you guys going to try for a girl? Yes. I mean, not try for a girl per se. Do you want more kids? Yes. So yes, I think, do you like living here or like moving back? Okay. Have you ever done? Okay, I think I answered the questions. If we have any more questions, please leave it down in the comments below, and I'll answer that question, Lord willing. And it's such a fun questions and answers, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to eat my food that my husband cooked for me. So Michael wants to eat with me. Hey baby,
I want to sit.
You want meat? Okay, let's go and eat. Okay, I'm gonna eat with my baby, guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.